Hello, welcome to another Go Battle League video. This time I'll be showing the most BBML line that we've had so far. It's actually a really simple line and it just works very well. The person who featured this to me this time is AashishS. You may know him. He's always also doing very well in GBR and on top of leaderboards. And he played from his alt this time around the 2800 elos. I cannot show the username because it's a little bit offensive, maybe, his username. So I cannot show that. But I'll be running this team afterwards too. And we're just gonna take a look at how this team is run. It's basically ABA counter, but they do cover each other well. The only things that break the Vigoroth obstacle core, I think, are like, what's it called? Blaziken, but Vigoroth wins the one shields. And the other two actually are Heracross and Buzzwole. But those two are extremely uncommon. So yeah, let's take a look at these battles here. We got Vigoroth into Crustle. This is kind of neutral. Opponent decides to swap into Vigoroth right away anyway, which is perfectly fine for AashishS because you don't want this on your obstacle. Crustle right now is probably one of the hardest meta there is. It's a very safe Pokemon to use. Basically, only ground types counter it, and the only ground types you see are U-Fisk and Swampert. U-Fisk is pretty rare still in high elo somewhat. AashishS got the body slam there on his Crustle, which is resisted. Very nice play. Then gets the farm down, and he can get to a move on the opposing Crustle if they decide to come in with that. So let's see what the opponent's gonna do here. They bring in a Jellicent. So at this point, I think AashishS knows what to do. Just align your obstacle here, and you're probably good. Yeah, they even let that go. Obstacle can clean up here, and Vigoroth can put some work into their Crustle as well. Crustle is still there. They're the opposing Crustle. They don't have Ice Beam too, so this doesn't hit well. So yeah, another Ball Beam. And I think at this point, she's probably looking to swap out once they go into Crustle as well. Look, there it goes. And she's already expecting it. Goes into Vigoroth right away, clearing his debuff from the obstacle. And then gonna go straight Body Slam here. Probably expecting the opponent's shield anyway. Just get some chip in. He does get that shield. He's gonna go for another one here. It's a stab Body Slam, but resisted, so Crustle can take it here, and does take it like that. But the obstacle, a very spammy Pokemon, still gets to 2 Night Slashes very easily here. The Crustle won't get this obstacle into Bubble Beam range, so this is game over basically. Also notice AashishS is not running Obstruct. Again, I don't think Obstruct is very good in Great League, so yeah, it makes sense to not run it there. And I think at this point you can even farm this down if you want to as AashishS. The Crustle won't get to move anymore. In comes the Jellicent. AashishS is farming up a little bit. Then goes for the Night Slash. And that should take this game. AashishS is a bit of a memer, so you're going to see him resisted moves or bad moves at some time. Use Night Slash on Crustle. When it's neutral, Night Slash is better. Alright, let's see how he plays out a Tropius lead. That's an interesting one. The reason why is because this usually comes with rock types in the back. Now we see a Vigoroth though, which actually is not really an answer because Crustle can or actually wins the 2 shields here. But AashishS probably is just looking to get a shield here and get shield advantage because his obstacle is not that strong against the Tropius either. Yeah, looks like he lets this go regardless. And the opponent actually bulldozes. They don't bait. So it looks like he's gonna go for a farm down here probably. I think the Body Slam does about as much as a Leaf Blade, so it doesn't really matter where you shield here. But he's definitely looking to get... Oh, he doesn't go for farm, alright. He wants to get rid of the opposing Vigoroth. This is going to require some teamwork now. And he tries to catch. I'm not sure if that's the play. I think you definitely want to throw the Body Slam before you get out of there. Because that already pressures this Tropius. And on top of that, if there's an electric type in the back, then Obstagoon is the better fighter because you have cross chop there. It's like he does shield the Leaf Blade, and it is a Crustle. Nice. I already checked that Instagram. It's nothing interesting. But yeah, getting a notification there. Then Crustle comes in. You kind of need a lot of farm here, but this Crustle is gonna get to this X Scissor soon. He doesn't get a boost either. Yeah, she really needed a boost there, and he didn't get it. I think at this point, the Vigor is too low to put in work. The Tropius has a lot of health and still has a shield. So, yeah, kind of unfortunate. Maybe if you get the farm done on the Vigor, I don't know. Then there was more because then there was more play, and he goes for the cross shop to BM. Okay, dude. All right. Next battle, AashishS goes with Vigoroth into Shadow Venusaur. I believe, I'm not too sure, but Vigoroth gets very closer into 2 shields and even misses out on a fast move because of low battery. Yo, this guy. So yeah, now you don't get your 7th counter in, which kind of sucks. He's gonna go for the Body Slam right there. I know that Vigoroth gets very close in this matchup. And against Shadow, yeah, you might be even able to win this or counter this down. I think since he throws another Body Slam here, AashishS is probably looking to let this go. I don't think there is a Trevenant or a Vigoroth in the back. I don't think there's a Vigoroth in the back because that will also already be not great against Trevenant, right? In comes opposing Crustle. Interesting swap in. She's going for the Rock Slide here. Does this get shielded? It will KO the opposing Crustle if not. And they do shield that. In the back is a Incinerate Magcargo. It's Venusaur double rock. So the Magcargo has a move here now. Magcargo can actually beat fighters in the 1 shield if they get the Rock Tomb bait. They win the zeros by just landing the overheat. This opponent doesn't even throw, so this is definitely game over. On the other hand, if they do throw, AashishS probably farms down. So not much the opponent could do there really against the Obstagoon in the back. The Magcargo Incinerate just didn't have much play. Noctowl sometimes also comes with rock types. These are usually very weak to like Trevenant in the back. Let's see what the opponent is gonna do here. AashishS is just getting some counter damage and shields the first move right away. Let's see. Build up so much energy. He's almost at 100. And the Noctowl is at another Sky Attack here. Because I believe this is a CMP. Yep. That's a CMP. You probably don't want to go 2 shields down immediately. But I think AashishS is probably expecting like a Vigoroth maybe. Then goes into Crustle, saves the Body Slam. In comes a Volt Switch Graveler, which is not the worst per se. Oh boy, they let a full Volt Switch through, not optimal. This Graveler has a ton of energy now. I believe they have a Stone Edge, and now they do have a Rock Blast as well. So I'm expecting this Graveler to first throw the Rock Blast and then probably a Stone Edge in the Obstagoon after. Actually, they goes for the Stone Edge here. That's insane. Maybe they have Thunderbolt. No, they have Rock Blast because they throw Rock Blast right here. Now AashishS lets that go. Okay. I think AashishS needs a good matchup in the back now. If it's another rock type... Oh, the opponent doesn't get there! Oh, that's big. Because now it's Magcargo, you very likely win. Or any other rock type. Let's see what's in the back. Yeah, it is a Crustle. And AashishS already has so much energy here. It's very likely he can just get so many moves of that he wins this. The Crustle's probably too slow to get to 2 X-Scissors here. So yeah, usually there's a lot of double rock in this meta at the moment. Opponent tries to catch, didn't work, that's definitely game over. There's a lot of double rock in this meta, and this team answers that perfectly. Look, Tropius, this might be double rock again. And if you say swap, oh, this time he doesn't say swap Crustle. But what I did when I played this, I just say swap Crustle, because they usually just don't have an answer to it. Let's see what he's going to do here. Probably either Leaf Blade and swap, maybe? Let's see. Nope, he's staying in. Vigoroth actually gets very close against Tropius. I believe in the 2 shields you can even win this. The opponent swaps into a Crustle and AashishS blind swaps with them. Interesting. I think AashishS probably already guessed that it's double rock. If so, he might even want to no-shield this. Yeah, he does no-shield that. Oh my, that's a good... Oh my. He barely survives the X-Scissor. That's big. But the Tropius is still alive. And a Samuel KO. I think the Obstagoon from AashishS here is looking very good. The Vigoroth is still a bit alive. And he brings it in. In comes Graveler. This is where Vigoroth probably gets the most work done still. This is a lucky Vigoroth, by the way. It's a very bad IV. which means he wins all the CMPs. Let's see. You probably want to shield here? Does AashishS shield this? He does shield it. It is a Rock Blast that wouldn't do too much. Then goes for the Night Slash to either pull the shield or prevent the opponent from hitting with another move. And they do let that go. But the Tropius is very low. It's not going to take out this Obstagoon. The Obstagoon easily survives Leaf Blade. It's probably one of the most bulkiest Pokemon in this league here. Why do you do that? Why are you the way you are, dude? He goes for the BM again. He's probably like, oh, my video is gonna be on YouTube. I'll do something funny. Okay, dude. So yeah, the opponent already top left it, and that's a pretty solid 4-1 right there. Now let's see how I do with this line as well. My first opponent is Ventuski, also a streamer from, I believe, from Chill. And I lead Vigoroth into Graveler, and he says swap Talonflame. This is beautiful. However, I do lose zeros here. I do lose zeros because this Brave Bird would take me out. I don't really need to win switch at all, but I have energy here. Why would I not, right? Let's see what he comes in with. Probably the Graveler again. It does have Volt Switch that makes it more manageable for Crustle. Crustle gets very close in 2 shields even, if necessary. I bait the X-Scissor. Rock Slide will do a ton on the Graveler, and it looks like he's just gonna get rid of my Crustle here by throwing the Rock Blast pretty much immediately. But again, I don't need switch. I feel very confident here. Timer's not up yet. I can get some energy in as well. And I'm expecting a Stone Edge here. It will do a lot of damage. And just in case he has his own Vigoroth, I will shield this. But it's a Venusaur. That's not what I expected at all. Venusaur is not very common in this meta. Like, not at all. Especially with all the Tropies and Trevenant around. You don't see a lot of Venusaur. I know Shadow Venusaur can beat Trevenant. Normal Venusaur, not so much. I think you can win the 2 shields straight Frenzy Plant. If they bait you or go straight Shadow Ball. Like if you call a Seed Bomb bait or if you shield the Shadow Balls correctly, right? This Frenzy does do a lot. Frenzy is a really busted move, but it's fine. I have 2 bulky fighters. And I get the Night Slash off to get the counter down. It doesn't even matter if I do or not. Their Graveler is not going to get to another move, so this is pretty much game over. Their Talonflame is sort of a core breaker, but it also didn't have many places to go. Once he say swap that. If he say swap the Venusaur, I probably would have been in a way worse spot, for sure. Next battle. Vigoroth into Swampert. This is very fine, because this is Crussle's worst matchup in this meta. So yeah, I'm just going to play this out. I'm going to throw my move immediately. People don't expect that usually. I'm expecting Trevenant answers in the back, so maybe like a Flyer, maybe a Walrein, but Walrein has 0 play against this line. I love that. I love that Walrein got nothing here, right? The most busted Pokemon in Great League right now. They go for Earthquake, what the hell? And they catch on the knockdown, which is fine with me, to be honest. It's very fine with me. Earthquake doesn't one-shot me, so that's why I didn't bother shielding regardless. If they have their own Vigoroth now, that would be devastating. I'm not expecting that, because that would be insanely weak to a Trevenant lead. Right? So yeah, they go for a Sky Attack here. I know I can farm them down, I think. Yeah, easily. What was the lead again? It was Swampert, which was pretty low HP, I think. Right, it already took quite some counters and the Body Slam. Actually, they had a Hydro Sword, I believe. They could have taken me out here if they wanted right away. But they don't. So I access them. That gets a shield. This makes me think there might be a Talonflame in the back. I'll just throw another one right away. They shield again? I don't know about that play. They have to throw her even. I don't know. If they just threw immediately, there was no problem. So yeah, in comes Walrein. Walrein has nothing here. Good game. Next battle. Vigoroth into Talonflame. Okay, that's not a great lead, but I know from previous Sylph metas that Vigoroth wins the 2 shields here. Even whether they go straight Flame Charge or Brave Bird. Because I just outpace, and the Body Slam just does so much. They know shoot the first move, that makes sense. And in comes the either Flame Charge or Brave Bird. Brave Bird would take me out, I think. Yeah, in comes the Flame Charge. I'll just throw the Body Slam right away. And I'm going to do something very nasty now. This is going to be very nasty. I'm going to swap into my Crustle right away. The opponent cannot swap. They're stuck in their Incinerate. They can't swap, they can't throw. Their Talonflame is gone and they top left. That's beautiful to know. Alright. This was the first half of my battles. I have another half because I did them on stream. So they were a little bit different formatted. We got Vigoroth into Tropius. Again, there's probably rock types in the back, which I realized after 2 counters. So I'm just going to swap it in. Probably a bit late, because now he's going to throw a Leaf Blade, probably. Yeah. And I shield that to make life very difficult for him. Because here comes the Crustle, and they have to throw energy now. They cannot just farm me down. Well, they can, but they'll have to shield. I'll go for the Axe Scissor. If they don't shield, they get as low as I am, really. And I will be able... I don't think I would have gone to the next one, actually. So this throw by them is very helpful for me. I believe they need 4 for the next one. There it is. This is an Axe Scissor. They needed 2 more for a Rock Slide, I believe. Which they wouldn't get to, I think. Oh, actually, they would have. They would have gone to the Rock Slide. They die here, and I come out with a lot of energy. I'm expecting like a Macargo in the back, but again, that's not too great against Obstagoon. I've lost the 1 shields there before, to be honest. Let's see. It's the first Body Slam. I go into Obstagoon after preserving a Bulldoze. And they throw a Leaf Blade. I won't shield that. I'm positive that whatever's in the back hits much harder with that charge move. So I'm going to farm up a little bit more. Let's see what they do. If they use their shield here, my Vigoroth can probably one-shot their rock type in the back. And they do shield. But I get to another one here, so that's okay. I'm going to shield anyway, just in case it's like a Trevenant, right? So maybe I run into a Madman running Tropius lead. Trevenant in the back, you'll never know, right? Or an opposing Obstagoon is also possible. Right, so I definitely will shield that. And it is Incinerate Macargo. And yeah, this is game over. They don't have a move yet here. I have a Bulldoze stored because I had 100 energy. Or it might be 1 off. No. So I do 1 counter, then my Bulldoze. And that will take out this Macargo. It's double super effective. See you later. And then I counter down the Tropius. So yeah, Tropius leads, always weak to rock in the back. We play against my faction teammate Francisco Isco, very good player, also from the EU Emperors, and he's leading Crustle, swaps into Pelipper. Sylph players are ABB Andys. I'm talking to you if you're a Sylph player. ABB Andy. Because they're always trying to bait something out. So I don't swap here. I just assume they probably have like a Tropius or another flyer in the back. Right? And again, there's nothing wrong with being an ABB Andy, but it's just obvious. It's just obvious. You're too obvious. Even though the strategy is just so good sometimes. They do shield that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Because Pelipper can win this in the 2 shields now. I will shield this one move here. And then go for another body slam. I'll probably get farmed down though. I could go in cross at this point, but I kind of don't want to. There were like 2 options. Either I get energy advantage on my crossbow and outpace theirs, but I'll take a lot of smackdown damage in the process, or I farm down with Obstagoon, which means I will still take a lot of damage here. But on crossbow, the weather ball will do more, right? Do they get to another one here? They might get to another one. They do. They had a lot of energy there. So yeah. Obstagoon can take it though, so that's fine. Let's see. I counter this down. Let's see what comes in here. It's a Crustle again, which is pretty fine for me because I chip this, and then I can come on my own. And in the back is a Trevenant. That's not what I expected at all. So Francisco is not an ABB Andy, or maybe he tried to bait it Wallowing. That's also possible. But either way, Trevenant is quite fragile, so a Rock Slide does about 50% here. I believe this will take it out barely. Boom! Bye! And now they have their own cross, so they need to farm me down to win this, which Francisco knows, but I'm already that close to next scissor. So that's game over. GG. There we go. The last battle is against... I need to reformat this one real quick. Against Dilap Churn Eddie. Arguably the best Great League player in the world. And they lead Trevenant into my Crustle. That's a very tough one. Every Trevenant runs foul play C-Pump in this meta. Like almost all of them. So I call it here. It is a C-Pump. Let's see what they come in with. They come in with a Vigoroth. I farm perfectly here and get to an X-Scissor. I can get to 2 X-Scissors, that's why I throw these. 2 X-Scissors do actually not that much more than a Rock Slide, but I also pull a shield, right? I also had the chance of pulling a shield, and then I get another X-Scissor off. So that's nice, it's a nice chip. But this Vigoroth has quite some energy, and it's kind of a threat. On the other hand, my Vigoroth is kind of useless against that Trev. Since I already got a couple smackdowns into that Trev, it puts them into nice slash range. So this is actually looking pretty decent in my opinion. It looks pretty decent. They have a little bit of energy on their Trev. I believe they have about 2 Shadow Claws. I'm just waiting a little bit just to make sure they don't catch the body slam on the Trev. That would be a huge waste. And now I can swap in my Obstagoon again. Hopefully I have a good matchup with Obstagoon in the back as well. Let's see. In comes a Trev. They stay in. Usually with a Trevenant in Open Great League comes a Wallowing. I don't know about this meta, but a Wallowing would be very welcome at this point. I farm up a little bit more. I know I'll take 1 C-Bomb. That's no problem at all. That's no problem. I don't think I want to take 2 though. So I'm probably just going to take out the Trev right after this. Yeah. So I think there were like 2 or 3 of the next one as well. I don't want to leave them that close to it. And in the back is a Lickitung. Dilap was playing ABA weak to Obstagoon. And after I baited out his Vigoroth, his team was very vulnerable to my Obstagoon. This is probably Lickitung's worst matchup in the game. Maybe Scrafty does a little bit better than Obstagoon, I don't know, but oh boy, this is where Lickitung has zero. There's like no play at all. No play at all. So yeah, Cross Shop comes out. I have another one stored, and that should be game over. GG to Dilap Churn. This also was 150 points up there, so that feels kind of bad for our good friend Dilap. Yeah, so thank you for the team, Ashish. Apparently he ran this because he didn't have anything else on his ult. But the team turns out to be absolutely busted. I think this team is wonderful. I did another set with this, and I could have gone 5-0, but I went 3-1 and a tie due to my own misplays. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the team, and have a good one.